Hello, Raw Mithril here once again, and it's time to start the final trip through Silent Hill 2. There's just one ending left to go, and it's probably my favorite in the entire series. So let's get started. New game, letter from Silent Heaven, hard, and I'll see you as soon as something new happens. So it's time for a little experiment where I know there's a couple of mannequins together. My end rank in the last game should give me yellow hyperspray. So let's find out if this actually works. Oh gods, yes it does! Go, my minions! Oh, it doesn't last very long, though. One hit, that's about it. Kinda disappointing, that. I was really hoping for more than that. I wanted a mannequin beat-down brawl. That would have been beautiful. Still, at least I suppose it was something. Oh well. So, yeah, back in a moment. So now that we've finished the apartments and have claimed our baggage, it's time to find one last hidden item. You can find it when you're ready to leave Rosewater Park. Just go across the street. Between Jack's Inn and the Texon station, there's this empty lot with a doghouse in it. If you examine the doghouse, you get the dog key. So let's have a look at this thing. Dog key. Found inside a doghouse. No idea where to use it. Well, that's helpful. One thing of note, since you do pass through this area again when you're going through Dark South Vale on the way to the Historical Society, if you missed it in this area, you can still get it in Dark South Vale, so you have two chances to acquire the dog key. But really, that's all we need to claim the ending, but it'll be a while before we can actually use it, so back in a bit. Actually back pretty soon here with the Halo of the Sun because, I forgot to say something about the dog key. I forgot to say what the requirements were for making it show up. The dog key only appears after you've seen either the Leave, In Water, and Maria endings, or the Rebirth ending. Since the Rebirth ending only can happen if you've seen at least one of the other three, because that's the only way the ritual items show up, you have to beat the game at least twice before you can get the dog ending. So, there, now that's taken care of, and I've said how to get the dog key. Derp. And so it's time to get the last ending. For this one you need to actually get here, the Otherworld version of the Lakeview Hotel. You need to get to the point right after you've watched the tape. Now since you've come this far, if you're going for a good end rank, go ahead and go downstairs to the reading room and get the Crimson Tome. Anything to help your item count. Getting all the hidden items seems to help a lot. Anyway, with that done, we need to come down the hall to this, the observation room. Prepare yourselves for an ending so epic that I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. Time to use the dog key. And here we go. best ending ever. And the dog hates Eddie. After all, Eddie did brag about killing a dog, so it's only fitting. And pizza. Why not? The dog, in fact, even has a name, apparently. Apparently its name is Mira. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. There's no beating that ending. It's all a dog's work. A cute little Shiba Inu puppy is behind all the events of Silent Hill, and James suddenly speaks in Japanese. So you might have noticed that the game result music kind of went away there. The reason for that is that I kind of needed to re-record the game result because, like a derp, I forgot to reset the audio levels on my computer before filming the dog ending, so there was a lot of audio distortion. You might have noticed some during the ending itself, and if so, I apologize for that. Anyway, time to discuss my ending here. I actually upgraded my rank by 0.1. I have 9.5 now, so that worked out rather nicely. You might also notice that riddle level is back to hard mode. This is something rather interesting I didn't know about. Apparently after you've cleared extra, anytime you select hard riddle level, it's kind of a 50-50 shot as to whether you'll get hard mode or extra mode. So pay attention in case it's one of those puzzles that punishes you if you get it wrong. So I've never actually gotten a 10-star rank, but I do know the requirements for it, so let's go ahead and discuss those. Action level has to be hard. Riddle level has to be hard or extra, so as long as you select hard mode, it'll be fine. The ending thing is a bit weird. You actually have to get either the rebirth ending or the dog ending. Any other ending won't get you a gold rank for that particular statistic, so that's really weird. The ending clear, you have to have seen every ending in the game. All 4 normal endings, the 2 joke endings, and Born from a Wish. Saves, you're only allowed 2 through the entire game. My personal recommendations would be toward the end of Brookhaven Hospital, right before the escape from Pyramid Head at the end, and right before fighting Eddie. Those are probably 2 of the most dangerous spots that can end your game. The total game time, you have to have cleared the game in less than 3 hours. That's really not as daunting as it sounds once you know where everything is and where you're going. Walking and running distance, those don't actually matter. They're just there as a triviality, just some extra info about your trip through the game, really. It's impossible to gold those stats. Items, you have to find at least 150, plus the 8 special items. The 8 special items would be the chainsaw, the hyperspray, the blue gem, the dog key, and the 4 ritual items. You have to shoot and fight 75 enemies each. Remember, stomping an enemy counts as killing it by fighting. To actually kill something by shooting, you pretty much have to shoot it until the static stops. The boat stage time, you have to clear the boat in less than 1 minute and 20 seconds. I've done it once before, but man, it's murder on the thumbs. It really is. The maximum speed for the boat, that doesn't count either. And then there's total damage. This one's kind of weird because you don't really have an actual in-game counter showing how many points of damage you've taken, so it's a bit weird in that regard. But you have to take less than 500 points of damage, of which I still took double. Some of the worst things in this are things like getting stabbed by Pyramid Head while escaping with Maria, getting ambushed by nurses in the hospital, that's a pretty bad one, spit-happy lying figures, and especially Eddie. He will do a lot of damage and fast. If you go for the dog ending, you don't have to worry about things like the final boss and the double Pyramid Head fight, so personally I'd go for that one. But anyway, yeah, those are the requirements for a 10-star rank, so it can be done, but it's certainly tricky, especially that damage requirement. But so with that was the final ending, and thus Silent Hill 2 is complete. Having finished Silent Hill 2 like this, I'm very glad to have done so. Silent Hill 2 is probably my second favorite in the series, just behind 3, and it is a very close second. The game's story, characters, twists and turns, it's all very well done. The care to detail that was seen in the first game, it comes through very well here too. The town looks and feels like a real place. Posters, signs, billboards, locations, they all serve to make this world feel real and truly draw you in. The history of the town, which you can read as you make your way through, it adds to the experience all the more. Silent Hill as a whole, it's a series that's drawn me in over time. Sharing it with my mum, playing it together with her, it formed a foundation for my own enjoyment of it. Admittedly, from the first game, I do miss the larger variety of hidden weapons, but Silent Hill 2, it very much stands on its own. It's a very strong entry in the series, perhaps one of the best. Even playing through the game 6 times to show all the endings, I still love the game, and it's certainly worth trying out. Each different ending, it tells such a different story of how James reacts to the ultimate truth. And the joke endings, they may not give you anything extra like the Hyper Blaster, but they make up for it by being purely hilarious. It's definitely a solid game, and perhaps one of the strongest entries the series has to offer. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Silent Hill 2 series, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.